Hi parents, this is Catherine Meller, and I am so excited to be working with you and your student this year in 4th grade. A little bit about me. This will be my 14th year of teaching, 7 of those years here at Sunrise, and all but one of those years in 4th grade. I love 4th grade, I love the kids, I love the age group, I love the curriculum. It's just the best. On a personal note, I love to travel, I love to spend time with my family, I love to be silly, and I love peanut butter M&Ms. If you could take some time and help me out, that would be really appreciated. The first thing I need you to do is in this email that I sent you, there is a link to an online getting to know you form about your child. I know it is going to take you probably like 10 to 15 minutes to fill out, but it really helps me to know your child's strengths, your child's weaknesses, where they are coming into 4th grade, and where I need to start with them, what I can do to make them most comfortable in class. So if you could fill that out for me, it really benefits you and your student. Our PTA here at Sunrise is incredible. They are so dedicated to our school and to making the school year special and amazing for each and every one of your kids. So if you could support them, that would be fantastic. The membership this year is through the Member Hub. So please get on there and support them by signing up to be a member of the PTA. And then our PTA emergency kits. So those are going to be coming home the first day of school. Just like in the past, it's a gallon Ziploc bag with a red note inside. You need to fill that with a water bottle, a small snack for your child, and then fill out that red emergency contact note. So if there is an emergency here at Sunrise, we have a contact and your child has a little bit of water and food until we can get them home. So please, when you get that the first day of school, fill that out, get that ready, and get that sent back to school as quickly as you can. So our class websites this year are going to all be through Canvas. This is a Canyon School District initiative. They have asked us not to use our personal Weebly websites, Wix websites, Google Classroom, anything that teachers in the past may have used. Going forward, all teachers will only be using their Canvas account. Some of you may have gotten your feet wet with Canvas this spring from our online experience then. If you haven't, no worries. I've got lots of resources to help you through this, but know that all of the information that I have for you is going to be on this class website. How to get to my class website is you can either go to Sunrise website or canyonsdistrict.org website. There will be a button on both of those websites that says Canvas. Go ahead and click it. It will come up to a login screen. Your student's username and their password is in your Family Skyward account. Their username is the first initial of their first name, the first 3 initials of their last name, followed by the last 4 digits of their student ID. And then their password is usually like a 2-word password and a number. So like red monkey 4. Unless you as a parent have gone in and changed that, all that information is on your Skyward. I will also send that information home with the kids probably the second week of school, but know that you can find that on Skyward. I will be posting all of my weekly emails there. You will no longer this year be getting an email from me saying, hey, here's what's going on in our classroom. It will just post to my Canvas page. Under my Canvas page, if you can see looking at this screenshot I am sharing with you right now, on the left-hand column, the 3rd one down says Modules in blue. If you were to hit that Modules tab, there would be another file under there that says Parent Resources. Under that Parent Resources, I have tried to put everything you need as a parent to be successful this year. I have put videos on our 40-book challenge. I have put videos on how to access homework. I have put videos on how to work through this Canvas page for you. I'm not going to go into much more detail on this recording, but there is recordings on there showing you how to get in, how to understand the format of it and what it's going to look like this year. Another thing I really want to emphasize right now is setting up your Canvas notifications. There is a video on my Canvas on how to do this. However, if you haven't in the past, you really need to set your notifications for this course so that when I update with announcements, it will automatically send you an email reminder of, hey, Mrs. Meller put some new announcements up today. Go ahead and read that when you get a moment. If that notification is not set correctly, I can be posting announcements all day long and you will have no idea. So make sure you have that notification set correctly. I cannot set it from my end. That is something you as parents have to do. So again, log into your child's Canvas, go to that Modules tab, and then there is one called Navigating Canvas, and that will have how to set up your notifications correctly, how to observe your students so you can get into their course and watch what they're doing, look at all of that information, and just how to navigate my course in general. All right, enough on Canvas. Birthdays this year. I love celebrating birthdays. We are asking that you can bring pencils, erasers, stickers, things like that. Most children prefer to bring a small birthday treat. That is fine with me as long as it is individually wrapped this year. Because of COVID, we are trying to really limit the times that kids need to take off their mask during class. And so if it is individually wrapped, they can take it with them at the end of the day, they can put it in their backpack, and then they can eat it when they're home and in an environment where they can social distance and take off that mask safely. Also keep in mind that we are a nut-free classroom. I do have little friends in here that do have some nut allergies, so read the labels on things, make sure that there's no nuts and there is no nuts in the processing of this treat as well. I already talked about we are going to pass out treats at the end of the day this year as just to help with our COVID protocols. And for all of my kiddos that have summer birthdays, we'll be celebrating their half birthday, so we haven't forgotten about them, so they can bring a treat in December, January, February, when their half birthday is. All right, another big question I get a lot at back to school is homework. Yes, your child is going to have homework Monday through Friday Monday through Thursday, not Friday. No homework on Friday. Monday through Thursday this year. The front of their homework page will be a comprehension sheet. It will be a half page of reading and 4 questions having to do with that reading. I do check those every day, so take some time to do them correctly. You can check them at home as a parent. That really helps me out. Practice buddy. Hopefully they have been doing practice buddies in 3rd grade, so they'll just have a nightly practice buddy with 10 to 15 problems of what we did with math that day or a few days before in class. If you don't know how to access practice buddies, under my Canvas page, under that parent resource modules and then parent resources, there's a whole video on practice buddy, how it works, how to get more videos explaining the concept if your child's forgotten it, all of that. And the last thing on homework is our 40-book challenge. Hopefully your child's been at Sunrise for a while, so they did this 20-book challenge in 2nd grade, the 30-book challenge in 3rd grade, and now the 40-book challenge here in 4th grade. So that's going to be their homework, is their comprehension sheet, half page of reading, 10 to 15 problems in math, and then spend the rest of the time working on that 40-book challenge. So a little bit more on that 40-book challenge. In 4th grade, it is required, and I do emphasize it quite a bit in my classroom. I have seen such great benefits in my students with this program, this 40-book program, to just seeing them soar to new heights with their reading. I've watched their comprehension and their vocabulary levels just skyrocket. I have watched, most importantly, I think, them fall in love with reading. I have kids that come every year that say, I'm not a reader, I don't love to read, and by the end of the year, they're begging their mom to read. And one mom came to me in tears a couple years ago and said, you know, my kid wasn't a reader, and now I said, you can watch TV or you can go read a book, and every single time he'll choose to read a book, and how happy she was with that. So I truly believe that it works, so I am pretty strict about it. A couple of things you need to know coming into fourth grade is there's a 100-page minimum requirement. I want these kids reading chapter books. I want them reading books that are appropriate for fourth grade. I'm not going to let them sign off books that are first and second grade level. There is a book list on my Canvas website. Under that Parent Resources tab again, there is one that says 40 book. And I have put together a book list that has about 100 books on it that are appropriate for fourth graders, that are a really good place to start if they're not sure what kind of books they're interested in or what kind of books they should read next. So check that out. It's an awesome resource. And also, you may use library books here from our Sunrise Library or the public library. You may use audiobooks as long as kids have a hard copy book in front of them and they're following along with their finger. That's actually a really, really great suggestion for those kids that struggle with reading, is having them do some audiobooks and follow along. It helps move the story along. It helps get them into the characters and the plot line, and it helps train their eyes to read faster, and it actually is really, really good for them. And ebooks. Electronic books on a Kindle or an iPad are awesome. I know a lot of the books I read as ebooks or audiobooks now. So I am not opposed to whatever format you choose for your books. Don't think they just have to be hard copy books this year. With our 40 book challenge, we are going to have monthly book parties here in my classroom this year. Each month, they will have to read so many books in order to come to my book party. In the past, we have done things like a cardboard box party, bikes and scooters parties, board game parties, art center parties, things that are really fun, that get them moving, that get their hands dirty and messy. I try to stay away from food and electronics as much as I can. With this, for August and September, so by the end of September, they will need to have read 3 books. So this is not something I would suggest leaving till like the end of September to start working on. That is a book a week. They have a little over a week to read a book, which can be a huge struggle to some of these kids coming into fourth grade. So start that right now. If you have more questions about 40 book challenge, I have a whole other video that goes on for like another 10 minutes explaining the different genres, explaining the page requirements, explaining all of that in much more detail on that Canvas website. All right, classroom supplies this year. Your child does not need to bring any school supplies to school. I have provided them with crayons, glue sticks, pencil sharpeners, Kleenexes, whiteboards, spiral notebooks, folders, everything they will need in my classroom. I have already bought, I have purchased. It is in their desk ready to go. Please do not send extra supplies to school. If you do send it, I will just ask the kids to keep it in their backpack. They don't have room in their desk, and it becomes toys, and a lot of times it just causes drama with sharing of materials, and that's something we can't do this year anyways with COVID. So just keep it home, keep it in a backpack. Rest assured that I have everything they need already in their desk for them. 2 things they are going to need, though, is a water bottle and a mask. Water bottles, our drinking fountains are getting turned off this year for COVID. So we have 2 water bottle filling stations in the school that they can refill their water bottle throughout the day. But if they could just bring that every morning with it full, that would help us out so that we're not running around the school taking time away from class to fill up those water bottles. So just send a water bottle every day. It does get hot wearing a mask. And I do want to keep your kids hydrated and keep them healthy. So send a water bottle, help me out. And then a mask. Governor Herbert has asked that all school-age children attending public school wear a mask this year. So mask up. I would suggest maybe sending an extra clean mask in like a Ziploc bag and put it in like a pocket in their backpack so that if their mask during the day gets dirty or falls on the floor, that they have a clean one to switch into really easily. We know that best practice is to keep those masks as clean as we can. So I would suggest a new mask or a clean mask, not necessarily new, but a clean mask every morning when they come to school. With that being said, If you have questions, let me know. We will be going outside to take extra math breaks at the beginning of the school year as we all transition into wearing a mask all day. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it. I know that kids are actually more resilient and take this better than adults a lot of times. So we got this. With all that being said, if you have questions, concerns, let myself or Principal Swaneke know and we can help walk you through that. With donations, so all of our cleaning supplies and sanitary supplies are being provided to us by the district this year, and they have asked us as teachers not to take those donations from parents. The reason is because a lot of their chemicals they are finding are having reactions with other chemicals in common household cleaning, disinfectants and sanitation supplies. A lot of the district cleaners have ammonia in them and peroxide, and those are having chemical reactions with like Clorox and Clorox wipes. And so they have asked that we do not use the cleaning supplies that parents send from home. Rather, we just stick to what we are given so that we know that our students are safe and we have a safe environment. So as much as I know you want to donate them, keep them at home. I know it hurts me to say that too, but know that the district that is their top priority this year, and they have a whole warehouse full of disinfectant and cleaning supplies that they'll be giving out to me as a teacher. And so we will have a nice clean classroom every day. Things I do need though are individual Kleenex packs. So this year I am switching over, at least for the first little bit, to see how this works with little individual Kleenexes. I have already put the first go round in your child's pencil box. And that way we can get away from the communal Kleenex box and try to eliminate some of those touch points and some of those germs being shared. As the kids run out of their Kleenex, I just want some new packs to give them, especially as the fall and winter come and those colds and allergies seem to kick up. Expo markers, I'm always in need of expo markers. We go through a lot of those, and then Band-Aids. For some reason, fourth graders get really adventurous on the playground, and I seem to go through a lot of those. So if you are in the store and could help, that would be great, but don't feel pressure. All right, COVID questions. I know you have a million of them. I know I have a million of them. So our latest and greatest plan is on our Sunrise website. It is called the Repopulating Plan, and it is right on the Sunrise logo in the middle of the page on our Sunrise website if you access it on a computer. I tried to pull it up on my phone last night. It's there. It was tricky to find, but on a computer it's really easy. It's just a Sunrise logo. It says Repopulating Plan. This document that Principal Swaneke has put together is updated quite regularly. I'm not even sure what version we're on. I swear it's like version like 20 or 24 or something at this point. We will continue to update it as we get more word from the state and from the district on our requirements, and those are still changing. I know it was updated Friday. It may have even been updated since then. It is an awesome document. It's pretty comprehensive. So if you do have questions, read through that. Few things I want to highlight, because I know it's a big document, so in case you don't have time to read it, a couple things I want you to make you aware of is number one, arrival. The first day of school, all the kids are going to line up on the playground, socially distanced, spaced, just like we have every year. Our fourth graders meet outside back by the portables. I am not sure the exact location this year, as we are moving it around to make sure we have enough space that they can space out in between kids appropriately. But that first day of school, myself, the rest of the fourth grade teachers, the fifth grade teachers, everyone else will be outside. So look for a teacher if you can't find your child's spot. We'll have signs, and that's where they're going to line up. After the first day of school, though, we are going to switch things up. We are going to have kids just enter the building as they arrive. Each child will go through their individual grade level doors so that we don't have like a whole bunch of kids trying to all go through the front doors. So they can walk around the building, drop off siblings at their grade level doors, and then when they get to the fourth grade doors, they're going to enter in, walk quietly down the hall, and to our classroom. Once they're in our classroom, they can make their lunch choice, they can take care of their backpack, and kind of start on that morning routine, and then work quietly on an assignment or read a book until that 8:15, 8:20 bell rings and we are ready to begin class. This will just help so that we are not trying to bring 20 some odd kids into our classroom at one time and they're all trying to crowd around the coat rack or the lunch choice. As just 2 or 3 kids trickle in at a time, it will help with that social distancing. So keep that in mind. Our doors will unlock at 8 o'clock. If they are dropped off before 8 o'clock, those doors will be locked and we won't have supervision out on the playground. So just keep that in mind. Dismissal is staggered this year. So take a look at that part of this repopulating plan document. A through K, kids that ride a bus and kids that walk will be released at 8:55. L through Z kids will be released at 3:05. Questions, concerns about that, let me know. Again, that's just that social distancing piece that in front of the school, that drop off, we can eliminate having quite so many kids there and hopefully do it a little safer. There is a bunch more updates on recess and lunch and hallways and classroom and everything you could think of in that document. So go ahead and read that through if you have other questions. And know that it's changing. Know that we may get to school and if something isn't working that first week, we may change it up. So this is definitely not a document that is set in stone. It is changing as we are learning and growing and figuring this out together. Contact me. So I love to hear from you as parents. I love to be in communication. I am a big component of communicating. I think a lot of frustrations, a lot of anxiety can just be solved through communicating. So please communicate with me. Let me know when you have concerns or questions or comments or suggestions to make things better. I'm one person. I can't do this alone. The quickest way to probably get a response from me is to email me, just catherine.meller@canyonsdistrict.org. During the day, I try to check my email 2 or 3 times when I get a moment at lunch or recess, or the rare moment that all the children are working on assignment and I have 30 seconds to look at my email. And I will try to respond to you as quickly as I can, especially if it's just a quick question I can answer. I will shoot you back an email. Email me at night if you have questions on homework or any of that. I usually try to watch my phone, and if it goes off with an email and I see it is from a parent in my class, I try to respond to that as quickly as I can. Text me. That is my personal cell phone number, so if you do have a burning question and it can't wait, you can text me. Just please be respectful. And you can always set up an appointment. If you have something that, you just need to talk face to face, I totally understand that. I'm a huge component. My husband actually gets mad at me because I call him on the phone still and he's like, just text me. And I'm like, no, you need to hear my voice and you need to hear my question. I need to really explain it to you. So if you would rather just come in and have a face-to-face conversation, I am totally fine with that. I understand. Let me know. We can set up an appointment to meet. And like I said, I am a huge believer in communication. So contact me as much as you need. I am here for you. All right, and that concludes our back to school night video. If you are still listening, thank you for taking time to make it through this long. If you have more questions about things, please let me know. I know I didn't cover everything, but I also didn't want to make this video forever long. I am looking forward to an absolute fabulous year. I am so excited to be back in the classroom, back with kids, and I know there's going to be some hurdles this year. I know it might look a little differently in past years, but I still believe we are going to have a fabulous time. We're going to just love this year. That is my goal, and I will talk to you guys later.